He called me at 10:30 at night on a Friday and he was like, Q, I'm surprised you even answered the phone.
They do all the things besides get customers first.
Because I had heard like so many different stories about companies that went through other companies to get their reviews up, but they wind up losing their Google business page. I was shocked. I was like, they actually left us a review and we had already previously requested it. I'm here to tell you it works.
There's a lot of people that get into it and they get into it way over their head.
Everybody goes through a rough season, and they use us. They're like, where have you all been for all this time?
Welcome back to the Built Local podcast. Today we have a very special guest on. He's been a Review Harvest user for over 6 or 7 months now, and he's been seeing some great results with it. We're going to learn more about Jones Carpet Care. So here is Q. Q, for anybody who doesn't know who you are, give them a quick introduction about yourself.
Yes, of course. Hello, everyone. My name is Quantius Jones, and majority of everybody calls me Q because that's a little easier to pronounce, and also like Q from James Bond, the guy that has all the gizmos and gadgets.
Yeah.
But a little bit about myself. Of course, I am from Huntsville, Alabama, born and raised here. I got my start in the cleaning industry earlier on, straight out of high school. I was 19 years old when I first got into the cleaning industry on the commercial side. I took a job with the local school district here in my area and worked with them. And the job was only supposed to be to pay for trade school. And I wound up sticking with it and finishing my trade, and everything just went from there. I learned the trade of also how to do floor care, as well as learned the trade of how to do facility maintenance for commercial
Awesome.
buildings.
Awesome. Really, really neat. And so you're getting started very early. How long did you work in the industry before you started Jones Carpet Care?
Oh, well, I was with the facilities industry, commercial maintenance. I was with that for, believe it or not, 20 years.
Wow, amazing, amazing. That's awesome. Most people can't stick to anything nowadays. So that's awesome. Great. Well, so from there, you were in the industry for 20 years, doing facility care, floor treatment, floor care. How did kind of Jones Carpet Care come to be?
So Jones Carpet Care came to be earlier on in 2006. I started Jones Carpet Care, and how it started was at my local church. There was some people asking me about carpet cleaning because I used to actually take care of the facility at my local church. Used to keep the facility clean and everything of that nature. And I did a little carpet care there for them, and they seen it, and they were like, "Wow, this looks really good."
Yeah.
So I went out and bought this little shampoo machine from the local store, and I started doing, little odd jobs for like the people in my church, the elderly
Mm-hmm.
that couldn't do
Okay.
it for themselves.
Okay.
And they started telling their friends, and friends started telling friends. Next thing you know, I'm getting all of these requests to clean carpets. So, long story short, I gave it a thought and I went and talked to my local supplier that supplies commercial cleaning equipment as well as commercial cleaning chemistry, that you would
Okay.
use for
Mm-hmm.
cleaning. So, I spoke with them and I wound up meeting a good friend of mine's there. And he's like, "Hey, you have a lot of patience. You seem like you'll be good in this field." He's like, I'm going to introduce you to some people that can help further your education in knowing what you're doing when it comes to providing professional floor care to customers and as well as commercial clients.
Yeah.
And I was introduced to the IICRC
Okay.
for carpet cleaning, tile and grout cleaning, and upholstery cleaning. I took those courses. It broadened my horizon. I learned things about carpet care and fabric care that I didn't even think existed. It allowed me to get to the next level to better serve my customers.
That's really cool. I think that so you're getting started, and it just kind of happened organically, right? So you're just naturally getting more customers, getting the equipment, learning more about it. So when did you make it official and make the jump and say, all right, I'm going all in?
I mentioned earlier when we were speaking about being in the commercial facilities industry for 20 years. So what I did, I launched Jones Carpet Care part time in 2006, and I was able to hold on to my commercial facilities job where I first started in the cleaning industry with them. And then once I completed trade school, they were like, "Hey, we're going to need you on the repair side of facilities." I branched over into the repair side of facilities, but still holding on to my part-time floor cleaning gig, as they say. Things began to evolve for me as far as I met my wife,
Yeah.
and also we had our first kid. So
Awesome.
time became of the essence. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
had to make a decision on whether I should open up the business full time, you
Hmm.
know. So after long thoughts, July 2 years ago, we decided to go full time with floor care. Jones Carpet Care opened up full time. We actually took on more territory. It has been amazing.
That's incredible. And so it's been 2 years now, full time. When you
Hmm.
went full time, you already have you obviously had a lot of side stuff going on and the part time
Yes.
work. What was it
Yes.
like? Was it scary to quit your full time deal and go full time on your own business?
Real quick, if you're a local business owner and you want to start getting customers from Google, you know how important Google reviews are. Every week, I talk to business owners just like you across hundreds of industries who know reviews matter, but never seem to have the time or the system in place to actually get them. That's exactly why I've spent the last 2 years building Review Harvest. We built it with a non-tech savvy business owner in mind so anybody can set it up in minutes and start getting reviews today. It automates the process of getting real reviews from your customers, responding to those reviews, and repurposing them across your website and across your social media platforms. It's a set it and forget it software. You can get it all set up in about 10 minutes and you never have to worry about reviews again. We can integrate into the tools you're already using so you don't have to change a thing. You don't have to train your team on how to request reviews. You don't have to request them manually. You get customers, we get your reviews. It's simple as that. And the first play in our playbook is what we call a review reactivation. You probably have hundreds or thousands of previous customers who loved your service but never left your review. So a lot of times our users can double or even triple their reviews just in the first couple months of working with us when we do that review reactivation.
100%. Yes. It was. I gave it long thought. I said a lot of prayers. My wife prayed a lot. And it's just something that we just had to step out on faith and
Mm-hmm.
do. You know,
Yeah.
it is scary when you
Yeah.
first make that transition because you're like, okay, what do I do next? Where do I go next from this?
Yeah.
And you just have to rely on your faith and believe in yourself that you
Yeah.
can do it. And I tell everybody that's starting a business or giving it some thought, learn it first. You know, get your clientele build up first, you know, make those gradual steps into becoming, you know, full fledged.
For sure. No, it's great advice. I mean, I think that nowadays with entrepreneurship becoming so appealing to so many people to kind of like, own your own business and set your own hours and all that sort of stuff. There's a lot of people that get into it and they get into it way over their heads. They buy all the equipment,
Yes.
they get all the branding, they get the wrapped vehicles, they do all the things besides get customers first.
Mm.
And so doing that, that's you're 100%. That's like the safest, the smartest way, in my opinion, to do it is go ahead and get a customer, get a paying customer, prove that it can work, prove that you can make money. And then once you've done that, now buy the equipment and go all in on it. When y'all went all in, what did that look like? Were y'all able to just continually grow off of the customer base you had already built up? Like, was there certain marketing things that you did that really helped you grow?
Well, one thing that really helped us from the front end is that I was able to help build a solid customer base while working a full-time job and doing the carpet care and floor care part-time. That really helped us build our customer base. When we decided to go full-time, there were things that we decided to become a part of as far as networking to help get our name out there more. We do a lot of in-person networking. We're a part of networking groups that we meet weekly,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and we share referrals between everything from painters, carpenters, you name it, it's in our
Yeah.
group.
Well, did it just kind of did it once y'all went all in? Did it kind of just take off from there, or was it kind of a slow build continuously from there? Or what's business been like in the last 2 years that you're full time?
In the last 2 years, business has been phenomenal. And in the area
Awesome.
that I'm in, it is a growing area. I don't
Okay.
know if anybody that tracks the Huntsville, Alabama area, we are bursting at the seams. When I first started in the cleaning industry, a lot of the places around town were just fields and
Yeah.
farmland. Now
Yeah.
everything is just being cleared out and you see buildings going up everywhere. It's a growing area that we're in.
That's such a great tailwind to have. It's like, starting, it's trying to grow a newspaper and start a newspaper. Newspapers are dying businesses. It's nice to have that
Mhm.
tailwind of, hey, the area around me is growing, so my potential customer base is growing every day. And what is the growth in Huntsville? Is it based around like something space related there, or what do they have going on there that's bringing all the people and jobs there?
Well, of course, we have Redstone Arsenal, and they are bringing the Space Command here, and
Okay.
that's going to bring in tons of people. I don't have an exact number in front of
Yeah,
me,
yeah, yeah.
but I know it's going to be tons of people that's going to come this way. And then we have a new pharmaceutical manufacturing company that's going to be planted here in the area. One thing about us, we've been able to build that trust too with the customer base that we currently already had by them seeing the trust and hearing the testimonials from the customers that we already had when we were part time. That
Yeah.
just helped increase the amount of customers that we are gaining now.
Well, besides networking groups, what are some other things that you have done, kind of for marketing wise, to help grow your business?
Outside of networking groups, I'm a
Mhm.
face-to-face person. I'm one of those type of individuals that I'll show up, I'll give you a brochure of Jones Carpet
Yeah.
Care, give you the whole spiel of what we can do, how we can help you save money on costly floor replacements, and just being honest.
Mhm.
That goes a long way. The
Yeah, for
honesty.
sure. What are some things that y'all do? I mean, obviously, we help y'all get reviews. We see y'all's customers rave about y'all. What are some things y'all do to go above and beyond for your customers?
To go above and beyond for our customers, we have very, very, very flexible scheduling with Jones Carpet Care because, of course, we do commercial and residential floor care. One of the things I was telling the customer on yesterday, we were meeting with a customer, and there's a commercial facility, and they want everything done on weekends and at
Yeah.
night,
Yeah.
weekends. And hey, we can make that happen for you. We're not a make an excuse company. We
Yeah.
don't make excuses. We get in there, we execute, we get it done, and get
Sure.
it done the correct way.
Yeah. What about? I'm sure you have some crazy stories. What's the craziest thing you've cleaned off a floor, or the craziest thing you've cleaned off a carpet before?
Always look at it like this. Anything that can possibly hit the floor, I'm sure I've cleaned it up in the time that we've been in business for 20 years. So we've seen a little bit of it all. But one that really sticks out to me the most, where we were able to really help our customer in the time of need. There was one of our customers, his mom, she had a fall at
Mm.
her home. When this incident occurred, it was like 10:30 at night on a Friday afternoon, a Friday night. It wasn't a significant amount of soiling that occurred when she fell. They wanted it cleaned up, and they wanted it cleaned up right away. He called me at 10:30 at night on a Friday, and he was like, "Q, I'm surprised you even answered the phone." He's like, "Hey, I got this situation that has occurred at my mom's house. She's at the emergency room. It's not a severe incident, but they're gonna release her to come home, but we want it cleaned up before she comes home." The carpets were like less than 3 months old that they
Oh
had
no.
installed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I told him, I said, let me communicate with my wife and let her know, what's going on, and I can be out there and get this taken care of for you. I showed up at his mom's place. He met me there. It was around 11 o'clock when I got there. We got everything cleaned up according to the standards, the cleaning standards that we follow, got everything back to normal. And by the time I was wrapping things up, getting things put back on the van, his wife was pulling in with his mom. Just to be able to see her when she walked in, and her face, just a smile that was on
Yeah.
her face, and the amount of thanks that we received from that entire family really did something for me to be able to serve that family on that magnitude. Be able to get in there, get it taken care of for them, get the floors dry right in time for his mom
Yeah.
to make it back home. So,
That's incredible. Yeah, I think no matter what line of work you're in, we can get caught up in our day-to-day
yes,
routine of going to this job, going to that job, and we forget. Sometimes we forget the actual impact we're having. It's
yes,
so nice to be able to see the fruits of kind of our labor, and like her coming home with a smile on her face. It's so nice to kind of get that reward when sometimes we just kind of we just kind of clean the carpet proverbially. Like, for example, for us, sometimes we just set people up and get them reviews, and we forget that, like, hey, these 100 reviews we got them could change their life, change their business. And so it's so nice to see the fruits of your labor there. That's awesome. Well, speaking about reviews, y'all been with us, like I said, for about 6 or 7 months now. What's your experience been like working with Review Harvest so far?
it has been very, very easy from the start to where we are now. How I heard about Review Harvest, excuse me, was
Mm-hmm.
through, I was talking to my wife, and I told her, I said, we've got to get our reviews up. It will definitely help us, stand out more, amongst the local carpet cleaners that do the same thing that we do. I just happened to get online, and I was on YouTube, and I was just surfing and like looking at how to increase local reviews, or reviews period. And you all popped up on a YouTube video because I had heard like so many different stories about companies that went through other companies to get their reviews up, but they
Yeah.
wind up losing their Google business page. So I was looking at the YouTube, listening to your YouTube, and I was like, they really got it together. It really, you all explained it clearly. I told my wife, I said, I'm gonna check this out. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna sign up for this program. I said, I believe they can help us. When we signed up, it was very easy. I mean, the communication was very clear, and how it integrates with our customer software that we currently already had in place.
Yeah.
That was a major plus for me. That is how we keep up and how we track like our day-to-day operation, our budgets, where our vans go and how long we spend on a job. That's all set up through that software.
Yeah.
And to find out how Review Harvest integrates with our customer software, it was like, okay, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And may I say this, Clay, I'm gonna throw this in there too, that customer software had the capability to request reviews from the customer. It was not as effective as Review Harvest. How you all do it, it definitely gets the customer's attention. I received reviews from people that received a notification from our customer software, but when I signed up with y'all and y'all sent a request, I was shocked. I was like, they actually left us a review and we had already previously requested it. I'm here to tell you it works.
Yeah.
Review Harvest works.
I love it. Do you remember how many reviews you had when you got started with us?
I want to say we had like around 30.
And how many do y'all have right now?
We got 129 reviews currently. And they are all 5-star. I mean, really good reviews. We get phone calls all the time from customers like, y'all are the only 5-star
Yeah.
carpet and floor care company almost in the area. And they're like, we can't believe it. Because we got a lot of people relocating and moving into this area. They hire us to come out to their homes or their offices or whatever businesses to do a job. And they're like, and we've even had people that have been in this area for a number of years and have used a number of other cleaners in this area. And they use us. They're like, where have you all been for all this time?
No, 100%. I mean, that is why we exist at Review Harvest. We exist because there are so many amazing businesses who their Google business profile doesn't accurately reflect the level of service and customer care that they show. Like when we get started with y'all, I probably said it to you. I said it to almost everybody we talk to. It's like, I know you have more than 30 happy customers. I know that you have more than 30 people that'd be willing to leave you a 5-star review. It's just that you don't have a process in place to get those reviews. And then what happens is now you get set up with Review Harvest, and now your Google business profile is an accurate reflection of how happy your customers are and how great of a company you are. And then from there, the cream rises to the top, and then you're able to to grow and get attention from those customers.
Hey, real quick, before we get back to the video, if you're a local business owner and you're serious about getting more customers from Google, I want to invite you to our free school community linked down below. Inside, you'll get weekly coaching calls where I can personally help you one-on-one so you're never stuck wondering what to do next to get more customers. Once you join, we'll give you a custom-built ranking report to show you exactly how you're ranking against your competitors, and then we'll even show you the next couple things you can do to start ranking higher. We do all of these reports manually to make sure they're done right. You'll get our 50,000 Google review script, the same script we've used to help hundreds of businesses get over 50,000 reviews, showing you what to say, when to request the review, how to follow up and get that review without being annoying or awkward. And you'll even get a step-by-step checklist on how to optimize your Google business profile to make sure you're ranking at the top of Google. Sometimes just making a few tweaks on that Google business profile can be the difference between never showing up on Google and dominating your area. All in all, you'll get access to a community of business owners and experts trying to grow their business just like you. It's a safe space to ask questions and get more tailored one-on-one advice. It's 100% free. I don't have a coaching program or a course to sell you. Just click the link down below, join the community. We'd love to see you inside.
Absolutely. And my wife and I, we are firm believers in Google. Anytime we plan vacations, we plan to go try out a new restaurant, or as they say, we always go to Google first. It's like, we want to hear what the customers have to say.
100%. Yeah. No, it was so validating. I was in Nashville a couple of weeks ago with some of my friends. Anytime before we went anywhere, they were looking at the Google reviews. And as somebody that all I do is eat, sleep, breathe Google reviews every single day, to see all of those just like people that obviously they know what I do, but like they were just casually bringing up like, hey, where do you want to go? Let's check out the reviews. And I was like, oh, I love it. my job means something. This is purposeful. Well, Q, this has been absolutely amazing. I always like to close out with what's one piece of advice you have for somebody maybe who has their own carpet cleaning company or floor care business or home service business, and maybe they're getting started and they're struggling. They're getting started and they're struggling to grow or hit the goals they want to hit. What's kind of one piece of advice you'd have for them?
It's to always seek improvement. Never be afraid to seek improvement on companies like yours, like Review Harvest. There are many other platforms that are able to help them get to the next level on where they might want to be. Just continue to just have that faith that it's going to get better. It might be rough because everybody goes through a rough season, and then you stick with it, give it long enough, things will start getting better for you as far as growing your business.
For sure. Sticking to it is huge. Well, Q, this was great. I really appreciate you hopping on. We're going to have all of Q's links down below in the description to Jones Carpet Care. So if you're in the area and you want to reach out, you need some help with your floors or your carpets, definitely make sure they're the first people you call. They've got the reviews to back it up. But yeah, Q, this has been amazing. Thanks for hopping on, and have a great rest of your Thursday.